Hello and welcome back to the UCOMMS podcast. I'm your host Sean, and today I have a special guest Angie, and we're going to be talking about UCOMMS' recent industry visit, our out of the month pick for May, and the marketing for Olivia Rodrigo's new album, You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love. It's been a little bit longer than normal since our last episode. UCFM, where we record and edit our episodes, was closed for a few weeks with the winter break, but we're back and I'm really excited for today's episode. Sadly, Jazz could not join us today, but filling in for her, we have the lovely Angie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
I'm very excited to have you on the podcast.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Amazing. How's your winter break been so far?
Pretty good, to be honest. Just relaxing. I think it's nice to have a bit of a break after studying for so long.
Yeah.
But we've had some really fun stuff, especially with the industry visit and things like that. So still keeping myself busy, which is nice.
Lovely. That's perfect. Speaking of the industry visit, let's get right into talking about that. So last week, UCOMMS had their first industry visit of 2026. We went to Supercurious, which is an integrated media and creative agency. They're Canberra-based, and you may know them as the parent company of Her Canberra. They work across strategy, branding, content creation, digital media, and storytelling. What did you think of the visit, Angie?
I thought it was really, really good. My favorite part about it, honestly, I think, was the community that they had within the co-workers. They were really, really inviting and really open to us asking a lot of questions, which I think was the most beneficial for us, being able to go in and, ask our questions and actually figure out what it is that not only a media agency does, but also a creative agency. I think it was really good to be able to get both sides.
Definitely. Yeah. So basically we went to the boardroom and they gave us a presentation. We learnt about how they were founded, what they do, different roles across the agency, and we looked at some of their current and past projects. Was there any that stood out to you?
I think all of the commercial ones. So they were when they were talking about gin and dairy and things like that. So gin and dairy is, I guess it's sort of an area where they have they're doing a lot of selling of property and housing at the moment and things like that. And they were selling that and advertising that. And something they said about it was that they're trying to portray kind of a person and a persona and really kind of bring those humanistic elements behind marketing and behind advertising. And I think that was really interesting to learn about, especially from a company. It was interesting to see the sort of tactics they use and how they sort of position their brand and also how they position, different companies' brands. And I thought it was really interesting that they use that sort of humanistic element and how they use that to advertise, Yeah, definitely. So that was probably my favorite. I mean, they had the gelato place as well.
I really want to go there.
In Belconnen Markets, that looked really good. I've walked past there a couple times, but I haven't actually gotten any. But they were talking about the Canberra-based flavour.
Yeah, they said there was a Canberra-inspired flavour with wattle seed and raspberry or something. It sounded delicious.
Yeah, it sounded really, really good. So, I love that they do things for Canberra as well, but they do even things in America, which is so impressive.
That was really amazing.
That was something I was really shocked about as well. I feel I don't know, me personally, I thought that Canberra-based agencies would focus on Canberra, maybe Australia if it was if it came to it, but I thought they'd be more focused on Canberra-based areas. But they really did focus on, they were talking about American hockey teams and things like that. And I just thought that was so interesting. I mean, especially since that show came out. I don't know what it was.
Off campus or?
Yes. Yeah. So I remember they made a reference to that throughout the thing.
Yes.
Yeah. It was very cool. But I thought it was really interesting that they were able to actually work with, those, especially with the time difference and things like that.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that they are able to advertise. And I wonder how they actually get those, customers and things like that.
Should have thought of that question on the spot, but definitely really interesting. And I love, like you were saying, how personal all of their marketing feels. I think that's something that I've always noticed with Her Canberra, because I never heard of Supercurious in particular before, but I definitely have interacted with Her Canberra, and I always feel it's very personal. It always feels like it's my big sister telling me where to go for dinner or something like that, and I really like that about them.
Yeah, it has that friend feel. It feels like it's just someone telling you about something, and I really like how they're so for Canberra businesses and so for Canberra small businesses as well.
Yes.
I think Georgie was saying, so Georgie works for Her Canberra, and she was saying that when a new restaurant comes out or something like that, especially if it is a small business and it's not a chain, they will go and advertise it and try it out and advertise it on Her Canberra for free, because that's really something that they want to do, because they want to encourage and empower like the Canberra community, especially because like it can be so hard for small businesses and everything like that since COVID.
Yes.
So I thought that was really good, and I think that also shows like that humanistic element. So I just loved like the vibe that they had at the company. Like everyone was really friendly, but also really passionate. Like you can tell that they love what they do. Absolutely. And that they put every like humanistic element into their different advertisements, because it's like that's what they want to do. They want people to feel heard. Like it's not just like a payment thing for them. It's very much like it's something that they're passionate about, that they work towards.
You can tell that there's a lot of care put into every single one of their projects.
Absolutely, yeah.
Speaking of them being Canberra-based, I really loved that I think every single person we met was a former UCOMMS and media student. I thought that was... I love the representation. Something I found interesting was that even though what we were talking about with the visit was quite marketing focused, a lot of them were from different majors.
Yes.
I think most of them were journalism majors, actually.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
And some of them even knew like teachers or had teachers that we had, and they even spoke about the like industry cafe, which I think we call it something different now. Do you guys have that this semester?
If we do, I haven't had it yet.
Yeah, okay.
I think they called it Comms Cafe.
Comms Cafe, yeah, something like
really
that. So we had that last year. So you have it in your first year, and it's basically like a panel with a bunch of people, and then afterwards you have like little appetizers and stuff. But even them speaking about that, I was like, it just felt so nice to, like you said, have that connection and be like, oh, you also went to UC, you also experienced the things that you did, and now you're working for a company that does really great things. So I think it was really good for us to see that like we can get to that stage, and it was good to kind of like have that connection. And I think it just like reassured the fact that like UC provides so many opportunities for jobs and things like that. So yeah, I agree with you. I think it was so nice to like be able to see them and be like, wow, you guys like are all from UC. Like it was nice to have that connection.
Yeah, it felt very like a real tangible future that I could envision for myself. And I really
absolutely.
Liked that. I just want to shout out Georgie real quick, made us cupcakes for the visit, and they were so tasty.
And they were so cute. She did like little, like it was like light purple for Supercurious. Really so sweet, just, and they were delicious.
Great vibes all around. Okay, moving on, I want to talk about our Ad of the Month pick for May. So Angie, in case you don't know, every month we're going to do our favorite Ad of the Month, and at the end of the year we're going to do like a vote for our Ad of the Year.
I love
Oscars.
that.
So my pick for May was Messina. So in the month of May, every Monday they had discounted prices. Did you know about this promotion?
I actually did. I saw it online. And they were doing like their original prices or something like that.
Yes. So they announced via social media that every Monday for the month of May, they would discount their prices to what they were in 2002 when they opened. So they opened in 2002, originally in Sydney, and now they have 37 locations across Australia and international stores in Hong Kong and Singapore, which I did not know.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember one time I looked it up and I was like trying to find, I think I was in Sydney or something, and I was trying to find the nearest Messina to me. And I looked it up to try to find the stores, and then I saw that they have them like all over the world. And I think that that's like so incredible, especially like starting in Sydney and then being able to expand to like international. It's really, really cool.
And I love Messina. So yeah, in their post when they announced the promotion, they mentioned the cost of living instead wanting to have a cost of giving, which I thought was really cute. And their social media posts in general are kind of quite silly almost. The graphics feel like something you would see in 2002. And I think this is one reason why the promotion worked really well. It didn't feel like an ad almost. For me personally, I went to Messina for the first time in like 2 years maybe. So it definitely worked on me. I went with my mum and my brother and we got some gelato and it was really tasty. And I like would wake up and actively seek out their Instagram page because I was having so much fun seeing what they were posting, and it looked like they were having a lot of fun with it as well. And I really liked that, that really fun marketing element.
Yeah,
to
absolutely. It. I drove past Braddon, so that's probably the closest store to us, I think.
Yeah.
So I drove past Braddon on a Monday and I just remember seeing the line went like all the way down the street.
Crazy.
It like wraps around, for those of you like in Canberra, it wraps around like Grease Monkey and goes like down that road.
Intense.
Yeah, as if you're going to like that hotel. So I actually think, I I think a lot of people see it as like, wow, this is such an incredible thing. They're, you know, they're giving back, as you said, like that sort of play on words, the cost of giving. I think that's really cute. But I actually think it's such a smart marketing technique because dropping your prices, yes, absolutely incredible. But for people who don't live in Canberra, might not know that much. I mean, Messina is obviously all over. But for those people that don't see it, let's say you've come from overseas. If you see this massive line wrapping around the block,
join that queue.
You're going to join the queue. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I reckon on Mondays, they make more money than the Tuesdays, the Saturday nights, because they have so many people lining up, and even though they have those reduced prices, I reckon it outweighs because of the amount of people that are showing up for those reduced prices.
I would not be surprised. I went first Monday that I went, I was trying to be smart about it. I went to Kingston. I went at like 12:10 p.m. when they opened. I was like, surely, you know, it's lunchtime on a Monday, who's going to be here? And I was in the queue for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, wow.
And I'm like, everyone's on their lunch break to get ice cream. And you know what? I love it.
Yeah, you know what? But I think that's also something like people probably who live nearby, like work in Kingston, people who work in Braddon, it's probably like a nice, fun community thing. And I think even though they're a franchise, they're kind of really toning in on the fact that they are still community based.
Yes.
What flavour did you get?
I think I got one of the special flavours. I can't remember. Something like chocolatey with biscuit bits in it.
Yum.
It was really tasty.
I am always so impressed with, I don't think I've ever gone there and gotten a bad flavour.
No, never.
Like, it's just, I don't know what it is. I think it's just the quality of the ice cream as well. Like, they just do so well. And with their flavors, they're always like fun and new. And they find some way to like mix in a new flavor. Like, I never go there and have the same thing. But I swear every time I go, I'm like, that's my favorite flavor. Then I go next week and I'm like, no, that one's my favorite.
Amazing. What's your most recent favorite?
To be honest, I always just go for like lemon. Which is kind of
sorbet?
Yeah, like a lemon sorbet. But if they have like a fun one, I went recently and they had like a chocolate peanut butter. Ooh. I am obsessed with anything like that's like Reese's sort of vibe. Yep. Like, I love peanut butter, I love chocolate. So when they mix them together, I love that. So I think I went one and they had like a peanut butter brittle, and then it was like a chocolate fudge brownie thing. It was very decadent.
That sounds really good.
It was so good. So yeah, I do love that. But the sorbets are always incredible. So like, I can't really go wrong with any of them.
Amazing.
I think.
Yeah, you're never going to get disappointed there.
No way.
Amazing. And I wanted to quickly compare their Messina Mondays promotion with Ben & Jerry's, because Ben & Jerry's has a free scoop day once a year. Have you ever been to the free scoop day?
I haven't, but I've heard about it. And I think they advertise it a lot. I don't even know if I follow Ben & Jerry's, but I swear every year. I swear I see it more than once a year, but it probably just happens the once a year.
I think it's normally in April or May.
Yeah, I swear I always see it, like the free scoop, come in for a free scoop. I've never actually done it, but I wonder, because they're doing it, Messina's doing it so much, like so more often. I wonder whether it's actually more beneficial than the Ben & Jerry's one.
Maybe. I was thinking about this last night, and I was actually asking my mum about this because she loves ice cream.
Who doesn't?
And I was introduced to Ben & Jerry's with the free scoop day. I'd actually never been before I went to get free ice cream, because it's a great deal. And I go every year now. I look out for when the free scoop day is. However, this year there was, I can't remember, it was like they announced it and it was in April, and then my mum went. And there was some confusion because the Australia and New Zealand date was different than the rest of the world.
Gotcha.
And so it was actually in early May, I believe. I could be wrong. This is off the top of my head. And so then we had to go back another day for it. And it was a bit disappointing, but you still got our free ice cream. But even when we went on that free day, there was not a single queue.
Really?
And I feel like comparing that with Messina, where every single Monday they had queues wrapping around the block, even though arguably free is a better deal than discounted, I wonder how much their marketing, particularly on their social media, and the fact that it was, as you said, like a bit of a community event, impacted the amount of people that they got going there.
I think like word of mouth is also something that Messina has a leg over on top of Ben & Jerry's, because I had a lot of people telling me about like the Messina thing, like my friends, family, they were all like, oh, have you done the Messina Monday? And I think because they are doing it for an extended period of time, like because they're doing it every Monday in the month of May, that's correct. I think they kind of have like a little bit of a leg up because they're doing it consistently. So it allows people to have time to spread the word and kind of tell people. And also it gives them more time. It's kind of like running a campaign. It's like you can advertise a campaign and everything like that, but if you have it just running for the one day, it's kind of hard to ensure that people are going to be there that one day.
Yeah.
It's hard to make sure people are available, people are going to want to line up, or that people even hear about it. Whereas if, you know, the first Messina Monday, maybe it didn't pop off as much. But then as it kind of progressed, I'm sure they've gotten busier and busier as people have talked about it, as it's been advertised more online, as people, you know, have been able to fit it within their schedule as well. So I think the fact that they're doing like a consistent sort of process as opposed to just like a one day, I think that's probably given them a bit of a leg up on Ben and Jerry's. That being said, I have always seen the advertisements for Ben and Jerry's and their free scoop days. And I think when I think of Ben and Jerry's, I think of like all their like climate change action and everything like that. Whereas when I think of Messina, I don't really think about that as much.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I think when it comes to Ben and Jerry's, like the fact that they're giving back and they're giving you like a whole free scoop as opposed to like Messina giving you just like a discounted price, you do kind of think like, okay, well, which one am I getting like a better offer with, if that makes sense? What do you think is like a better offer? Like the whole month and you get discounts, or like the one free day a year?
I don't know. I'm very torn on this. I do love the free ice cream day. I took like the day I didn't have uni that day, or one of my classes got cancelled, so I was just at the mall all day and was like doing some errands and just came back for ice cream in between a lot, and it was really fun. But something about the Messina Mondays, I think because it was that consistent schedule and because of the community aspect, there was something in the air. It just felt really fun.
Yeah.
And it was really great.
Yeah, and I think if you can like spend the day around it as well, like you had time to obviously take the day off and get a free scoop of ice cream. Like who doesn't love something free? I think that's something about humans as well. Like they just love a free sample.
We love free stuff.
Like absolutely. Like when I go to Mecca and get like my beauty loop, oh my God, I'm the happiest I've ever been. It could be the worst samples in the world, but I got something free.
Yeah, so my favorite day of the year is market day.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I just get a bunch of free pens.
Free stuff.
It's amazing.
Or like open day at UC, like free stuff. Like
it's the best.
I feel like free things are so much better than like a discount. I mean, a discount is still good, but like if you get like a free sample, you know, especially like recently in the Canberra Centre, when a lot of stores have opened up, so like the Scanlan Theatre, Nude Lucy and stuff like that, all those new stores, they had like days when they like over their weekend when they opened up, even Mecca, they had like when they opened up, once you purchase something, you got like a bunch of free stuff. And I think people love that. And I think that's like a really good promotion tactic that Ben & Jerry's has.
Really effective incentive for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, moving on from ice cream, I want to talk about the new Olivia Rodrigo album. So her new album, You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love, came out on the 12th of June. Have you listened to the album yet, Angie?
Last night I was at a friend's house and she had it playing on the TV. So I only listened to a little bit, and I actually wasn't aware that she had dropped an album, which I think I was a little bit, I think I was a bit under a rock. But she,
oh my God.
Yeah, she was telling me like a bit about the lore, but like I'd love to hear more because I'm a bit like, I sort of get it, but like I don't really sort of understand like the full preface of it. But I do have to say the album cover, so good.
I love the album cover. It's
incredible.
Really cute.
Like it's so cute.
Yes. Okay, well let me set the scene for you and tell you how she announced the album, because I'm a like die-hard Olivia Rodrigo fan. I was boots on the ground. So March 13th this year, her website displayed a new OR style logo. It was very whimsical, had a little heart in the middle of the R, I believe, and it was very cursive, very different to her previous, more kind of grungy, I guess, branding. Okay, and then the new logo was also painted on a wall in California.
Oh.
So then March 14th to 19th, the mural was painted from shades of purple and then gradually made its way to the pink that the album is represented by. Her last two albums, if you don't know, are very like purple. That was very much her branding. And then this one is a shift away from that. And so it was really fun because every morning I would wake up, check Instagram and see what color it was now. Because we boots on the ground, weren't sure if it was going to be pink or red for a long time. And there's a lot of theories around that. And so I really loved waking up and seeing what it was looking like now and how it had progressed. So then March 20th, the word love was painted on the wall alongside a website and a hotline indicating that the word is part of a longer sentence. because if you don't know, her last 2 albums are both 4 letters. So people thought maybe love was the title, but not quite. And then April 2nd, the sentence, "You seem pretty sad for a girl so in love," was painted fully on the wall. And then she later announced on Instagram that that is the name of the album. And then a few days later, April 6th, she placed locks in Los Angeles, London, Paris, and New York with the words "Drop Dead" April 17th, which was the first single.
Wow.
So I really loved this like in-person, you know, sort of scavenge hunt almost marketing. It was really fun to wake up and like see what people had found and what everyone was theorizing. But clearly it didn't reach you, but that's okay.
Well, that in particular didn't reach me, but outdoor marketing has been so popular lately, especially
really
with artists. I don't know if you saw, I'm more of like a Drake fan, which is like a little bit different, but did you see his whole like Iceman
I think, yes,
thing
I did.
with like the ice bricks?
Yes, this rings a bell.
So it's kind of like gives me the same sort of vibe. Like that sort of made me think of it instantly. And also, I don't know if have you watched the movie Obsession?
Yes.
Okay.
I watched it on the weekend and I'm still shaking in terror.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen like all like should I watch it? Is it good?
It's good, but at a deep cost to your mental health and ability to sleep at night.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, so we'll put a pin in that one maybe.
Maybe like watch it with friends.
With friends, okay.
In the middle of the day under blankets.
Yeah.
Holding each other's hands.
Yeah, and then like wipe your memory after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the movie Obsession, for those of you that don't know, it's like a horror movie, like kind of like a psychological sort of thriller, is it not? It kind of reminds me of the advertisement for that. I don't know if you saw it, but it was in America and it was a red billboard, like just plain red.
I did not see this.
Yeah, so it was like a plain red billboard and on it said, "Call me," and it had like a fake number and it said XOXO Nikki. So Nikki is obviously the girl in the movie who's like obsessed and has that like obsession and then she kind of turns like crazy, I guess. Is that sort of the plot? Or am I like butchering this?
I don't want to spoil it because I want you to watch it, but I'm going to go with yes. That's
okay.
Fairly accurate.
So it started off with like, and it's similar to the Olivia Rodrigo thing because over time they kept adding stuff to it and the poster didn't have any like sort of thing saying, you know, movie out, whatever. Like it was not an advertisement being like, go watch the movie. But it was like, it had that, you know, "Call me XOXO Nikki." And then the next day they added like, "Why haven't you called me?" And then the next day they added like, and it was just a plain red billboard and imagine like a big thick black Sharpie that they've like written on it with.
Okay.
And it got more like manic and aggressive and they just kept adding like, "Why haven't you called me? You need to tell me. Like, don't you love me?" It was like all this sort of stuff. And not once did they mention it was for the movie or anything like that. But it was like a really big advertising thing. And I think that use of outdoor media and that use of like gradual media has been really popular lately and like slowly adding things and building
I think it really grabs people's interest because they're like, what is this about? I need to know.
Yeah, building like that anticipation. And so that Olivia Rodrigo reminded me of that. So I kind of went a bit on a tangent.
No.
But
we love tangents.
Yeah, it reminded me of that because I just thought that was such a smart campaign because like it didn't even mention it. And people weren't even a fan of it yet. But then it slowly became like this thing where people were like, I need to go watch that movie.
Yeah.
And I think it was like the same with Olivia Rodrigo and the Drake thing. Like people were trying to crack in the Drake thing. They were trying to crack that ice to get his album or like get a secret envelope or something inside.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So people were there trying to melt this ice for days. And because there were like thousands of ice bricks.
Yeah.
And eventually, like once the album was released, they went and like melted it all.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So I think this use of like outdoor media has been so popular. And I think it's surprising, like such a shift from like digital media and social media because like that's been so popular, especially within like the last couple of years. But then outdoor media now is like this big thing that like celebrities and artists are using.
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder if it started all with the Brat wall.
Yes, the pink wall. Is that what you're talking about?
The Charlie XCX,
the
green
Brat. Yes.
wall. I wonder if that's what started it because that's the first like instance I can think of that's very outdoors. But yeah, no, I really like the in-person marketing. I think sort of in a very different way to Messina, but again, it creates a sort of community like moment that everyone can participate in and is having fun with, and the word of mouth goes crazy afterwards.
Yes, absolutely. And then I think like it's outdoor media, but then it takes on social media and then it just expands.
But it does it naturally, so it doesn't feel forced or like an ad almost on social media. It's just everyone like organically talking about what they've seen and theorizing together, and I think it's really effective.
And a lot of it's in America, but we here in Australia see it and like we talk about it, and I think that's so incredible that like it's kind of like using that that user-based advertising. It's authentic. Like people aren't being told to post it on social media. They see it, they think it's cool, and then they post it on social media, and then someone posts the next thing, and then someone posts the next thing. It's like this big like puzzle people are putting together, and I think people love being able to like solve a problem and like come up with like their own solution and like theorize. Yeah. So the Olivia Rodrigo thing is, I think, really popular at the moment to like do that type of advertising.
And I think it's clearly working very well. Yeah. And it's really fun.
Okay, now tell me more about Olivia Rodrigo. Yes.
Okay. So what do you know about Olivia Rodrigo?
Not much beyond Sour.
Really? Yes. You didn't listen to Guts?
No.
Okay.
Not really. I listened to a little bit of it. Like, I'm sure if you're like, do you know this song? I'd be like, I could sing it for you right now.
Okay.
But I loved Sour. Very big Sour fan. And I remember when everyone thought that the next album was going to be called Sweet.
Yes, that was such a funny moment because I was also one of those people.
Yeah.
And then she was asked about it in some interview quite a while later, I think, when she was promoting Guts or even after. And she was like, I don't think I ever considered it.
Yeah.
I think everyone was just like, I'm like, and she was singing, she's like, okay.
Yeah. I think everyone was like, Sour, Sweet, like, this is perfect. And she was like, girl, no. That was never an option.
But yeah, so she had Sour, her debut album, very teenager, very angst, very first heartbreak.
Yes.
I absolutely love that album. And then 2 years later, she had Guts, which is a bit more mature, sort of like on the sort of the cusp of adulthood, sort of like 19, 20. Very similar sort of grunge, pop punk energy. And then the last song from the deluxe album of Guts was called So American. It was like her first love song.
Yes.
And then so everyone was like, oh my gosh, the next album's gonna be all lovey and all the sweet album finally, even if it's not called that, because she was dating Louis Partridge, the actor.
Yes, which they broke up, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was dating him, and you'd see him on tour nights, you'd see him in the crowd. It was really sweet.
They were really cute.
They seemed really cute, sadly. And then yes, they split. I can't remember when. I want to say late last year or early this year.
Okay.
And there was a lot of, you never know how much just internet people theorizing, of course, but there was a lot of theories about, oh my gosh, does this mean that she's like going to scrap the album? If it's like a love album, then maybe she won't want to promote it and to tour it and everything. And then, so I guess her answer was, you seem pretty sad for a girl so in love. So she's talked a lot in interviews about how she was writing this more, positive love album. And then when they broke up, she sort of went back and made them all a bit more honest and a bit more truthful and a bit sad and there's a bit of wondering and not feeling like enough, and just a bit of a hint of sadness throughout the whole album, even in those happier love songs.
Yeah, I think it sort of demonstrates that like blinded by love sort of like idea. Like, is it true that the first half of the album is more happy and then the second half is like sadder?
I would say so, yeah. I would say the song Purple in the album, I think, is the last song of like side A if you're on vinyl.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the turning point. And then you flip it and it's side B is The Cure, which is one of the singles if you know it. And that's much more angsty and emotional. And it's when all the doubt really comes to the
so
floodgates.
It kind of like cuts through. I'm a vinyl girl. I love vinyls. So that, I love that it's like that you can like listen to the first half of it and it's like kind of her love, blinded by love sort of thing, and then it kind of switches more into like reality, if that makes sense, and more into like showing that emotion and expressing it. And I think that's very, I think it's hard to do as an artist. And I think a lot of the time when artists are really honest in their music, as in like they're able to put their life into it and not like hide parts of it, I think that deserves a lot of props. love Ariana Grande.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of her newer albums, I think she has really like portrayed that as well. And I think a lot of female artists lately have been doing that. Like they've been able to put forward their
very vulnerable
especially
writing.
Also, I don't know if you know Role Model.
Oh, yes.
Like this is kind of like the similar. So his last album, so he's dropping a new one in August, I believe.
Okay.
But he had his last album, and that was Kansas Evermore or Anymore, Kansas Anymore, and that was about Emma Chamberlain.
Yes. Okay, I have definitely heard about this.
So, and that was like so honest, and it's like one of the songs, I can't remember the name of it, but like it's her middle name. And then like, so it's like, it's like, I know it's like drama. So I think when they kind of are able to like put forward their own life and express themselves in music, I think that's what the audience loves.
Yes, I think I definitely love listening to music when it feels real and natural and it doesn't feel, I don't picture them in a studio writing it. I picture them like playing the piano at home, humming to themselves.
Crying. Like, yeah. And I think people love being able to relate. Like people love listening to songs where they can be like, when you listen to a line and it just like, you have to stop and you have to process it. And you have to, I'm one of those people that I listen to a song and I like pull it apart. I listen to the words and I'm like, what did they mean by that?
Yeah.
Could this mean this? Is this relate to this part of their life? I'm also going through that. This is what I can relate to. And I think it's kind of like a form of, I don't think they're intentionally doing it, but that's what attracts people. That's the advertising. People are able to see their sort of songs and see, hey, I relate to this part. I love this. And then they're able to take that and kind of use it to their advantage and use it within their life to like heal through things and use it to kind of like enjoy entertainment in a different sense as opposed to just like listening to like a boppy song. It's kind of like a way that people can like deal with things and go through things, and I think it's really incredible when they're able to like produce music with that honesty. Yeah,
definitely. And I think when a song or a piece of work is more honest and it feels almost, I love songs that are very tied to like a certain point in time or a certain stage of life, and I think you then associate it with that time in your life and it becomes so personal to you. It's almost like, actually I wrote this song. That's what it feels like when I listen to it.
I have so much nostalgia from so many, like some songs I can't listen to.
I still can't listen to We Can't Be Friends by Ariana Grande. It sends like chills up my spine.
Because you probably connect it to something else. And I can't listen to Baby by Justin Bieber, which is a really random one, but I can't listen to that song because it just like reminds me of like a time in my life and it like irritates me. Like that song makes my skin crawl. But then like all of Justin Bieber's new songs, I'm like, I love it. Like I can bop to it, whatever. But it's so true. Like people create these like personal relationships and personal connections to songs when it wasn't probably even intended for that. These artists were just like, this is what I'm feeling, put it out, see if I make money. You know what I mean? But I think when people can relate to it, it's just so much better. And I think there is so much nostalgia connected to music and the music industry as well.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much to my very special guest, Angie, for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun.
Absolutely. We'll have you back on sometime. And I hope this is everyone's sign to get ice cream and cry to Olivia Rodrigo.
I think so.
Probably in the car. I think that's the best time to cry.
Yeah. And if you're looking at internships, have a look at Supercurious.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They've got some really great stuff at the moment. So email Supercurious, go get ice cream and listen to Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah. My perfect Sunday.
Literally.
Amazing. Okay. We'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.